What's up, guys? Welcome to the chat with Kay and Jay. I'm Jay.
And I'm Kay. On the chat, we'll be discussing fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and anything in between.
Yeah, we'll be talking about what's hot, what's not, what's in, what's out, what's trending. So we can't wait to take you on this journey with us. Are you ready?
I'm ready. What are we talking about today?
Today, we are talking about social media and mental health.
Social media and mental health.
Yes,
That
guys.
is a very important topic in
So
today's
important.
time and generation.
Yeah.
In today's generation, social media and mental health are very, very important.
Yes.
And I think it's a perfect time for us to really discuss it because we've seen the effects of it all over the world and even, local.
Even us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even us.
Yep. So we're going to start with, just giving some basic information just to set the plate for our main course today. I'm going to talk about what is mental health. So I'm going to specifically read the definition so that, I don't just give my own opinion, but,
Yes.
what it is. So here goes. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act.
Yes.
It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. That part is very important.
Yes.
Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. I'm going to read that part again. Mental health is very important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. So just to, set it out there, I'm going to repeat the first part of the definition. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being, which brings us to social media.
Yes.
Social well-being, social media.
Yes.
So hence, mental health and social media. So, first question, the pros and cons of social media. What are the good and bad of social media?
The good thing about social media is, you get to put yourself out there, especially if you're trying to grow your business or you're trying to grow yourself as a business. So it helps you in that way. Nowadays, no one has photo album at home.
Right.
So it's like social media is like your photo album.
That's
you know
correct.
what I mean?
That's true.
It's for me at least. It's like
Yeah,
my
I think for everybody because,
Yeah.
we posting stuff on social media
Right.
is basically creating a collage of our life experiences.
Exactly. And then sometimes you have an experience and you don't want to keep that experience to yourself. So you want to share it to the world.
Right.
Because for some reason, and this is good and bad, we rely on validations these days. So when you post something,
We're going to unpack that one.
right? When you post something, if you don't get a like, you feel a little way-ish, But then again, you put it out there because you don't want to experience that alone.
Alone, right.
So that's the good and the bad for me for social media. What is your take?
So that's all your bad.
That's
oh.
so my pro. So my con now is social media.
That one you said was one of the bad. So.
Yeah, so the validation
Okay.
that we seek so much from social media,
Right,
it's
right.
really bad because it's like if you don't get a like or if no one comments on your picture, some people get really depressed.
Right.
It consumes some people. Some people will even delete the picture,
The picture if they
and
don't get
repost it again.
the amount of likes they want.
Yes, because they want to get certain amount of likes, and that's so dangerous because social media is not a real place. A lot of people put their best fake self out there. No, seriously, because I'm guilty of adjusting my photos sometimes. I may not slim myself down, but I'll adjust the lighting and smooth
Put
down
some filter on.
a little filtration. I'm not against filtration. I love filtration. But some people believe what they filter so much, they believe that, okay, that's how I really look. And then when they look in the mirror and they don't see what they see on social
Right.
media, it takes them, it consumes them. And then, you know, it's social media can be a a toxic place.
I hear
And
that.
so that's the con. And then you're watching everybody else's life and you're like, oh my God, my life isn't that great.
Right.
And sometimes people are using backgrounds, green screens, to pretend they're somewhere else. Sometimes people go out and, you know, they order big plates of food, but that's probably their last 50, $60. But
Yes,
it's they do it
to
for the
say that's their
you know what I
lifestyle.
mean? Some people will just do the most just to
Right.
get that validation on social media, and that is so
I
dangerous.
get it. So for me, my pros and cons. Pros, I'm gonna speak mainly from like a business standpoint because
Okay.
I mainly use social media for
For
business,
business.
specifically Instagram.
Yes.
So the pros are it's good for business. You know, having the magazine, my calligraphy and stuff like that. That's where like 80% of people I've met and work with
Yeah.
is through social media.
Social
That's where I
media.
meet them, build business relationships, and continue doing business there. So that's one of the pros. Another pro is just generally networking with people because back in the days before social media was so huge, we used to have to go to networking events to
Yeah.
meet people. Outside of that, you don't meet nobody in the industry. Instagram is just a click away. A friend might work with somebody and tag them. For example, they tag a photographer or a makeup artist, and you can right away click on that person and say, "Hey, okay, then I like their work. Let me send a message."
Yeah.
Right there, right
You
there,
make a
you're talking to
connection.
the
Yeah.
person. You're networking.
Yeah.
So yeah, from a more personal or social standpoint, it's a good place to just interact with people.
Yeah.
As you say, we share images now. You share reels, videos, which is more interactive and interesting.
Yeah.
You interact with people and build friendships because I've built friendships and met people on social media. So those are the main pros for
Yeah.
me. Cons would basically, kind of piggyback on what you've
The
mentioned about the
validations.
validation.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm not affected by that part because, and I think it's probably, I might be wrong, but I think it's like a gender thing where I think women, because women are used to getting complimented and
I don't think so.
say you look nice, you look pretty, then
I disagree.
then I mean that's fine. But I'm just giving my opinion. Where in which you continually want to hear that. For guys, yes, we hear your hand, but we don't so much depend on validation in the sense where we're giving it somewhat. Because like for example, if I see, say me and we met on social media, right away I'll say you're beautiful or you're talented or whatever. I don't think you'll just come up and say, "Hey, you're handsome," or because women are more conservative when it comes to even probably giving compliments on social media. I might be wrong,
You're
but
wrong.
but that's my view. So the validation thing, it is correct, but I'll say yes because I will never say we don't look for
So let me
validation
ask you a
or need
question.
validation.
You've never posted a photo and you don't get as much views and as much like, and you don't feel a little
Uh
wayish.
I feel a little way in the sense where, from an analytics standpoint, where because how Instagram set up where the more likes and interaction you get, it boosts your
But it's
analytic.
still some form of
And
validation, though.
I mean, it's more of from a business standpoint than personal. Where if I get a lot of likes, I'm not gonna say, "Hey, people really like me" or
Yeah.
"I'm handsome." It's more of if I get a lot of likes and I'm like, "All right, good. This is good content. People like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post more of." So if validation is a term in that sense, then
Yeah.
that's more of where I kind of lean towards where I want the likes to say, okay, then this is good content. This is what people like, but not more so to say, hey, I feel good about myself. I feel handsome. I feel sexy or whatever. But so yeah, the validation is one of the cons.
So, should we take a break from social media? If yes, when should we take that break?
All right, should we take a break? I've I've
Have you ever taken a break?
I've went over that topic a lot of times because I have friends who have taken breaks. I've never really taken a break from it, so it was kind of interesting because not that I opposed to it or found a problem with it, I was kind of intrigued to know why they took the break and what triggered them to take the break. So, I mean, I won't mention names, but I've, specific people who have done it over and over, and we've had conversations about it. So, knowing that, my answer would be yes, we should take a break.
Okay.
Because, believe it or not, social media is taxing. It takes a lot of time and energy and mental energy. Hence, the mental health part, because it uses up a lot of mental energy. It stresses, our mental state. So anything that does that, we need to periodically take a break from it. So I would say yes, we should. And when do we take that break? I think that's the important part. When do you take the break? So I'll just play devil's advocate and just throw out, question. When do you take the break? Just period. Say you just say, okay, then every day I'll shut down my phone 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock and not do social media, just to create a balance. So that would mean like a scheduled break. So you're not feeling no stress or anything, but you take a scheduled break. Or you take a break when it's overwhelming. And you'll be like, oh my God, I can't think. This is so much. I'm consuming so much. I feel overwhelmed. I take a break. My thing would be the first one, so that you don't have that overload. Like for me, I don't take breaks because I kind of do it like that. Where in which I'll get up in the morning, do my regular routine. Then I'll jump on the phone, check my Instagram, check my messages on my page, my magazine page mainly, to see, what messages I got overnight, what comments I need to respond to and all of that. So I'll do that, then I put the phone down. And then I'll carry on with other stuff. And then during the day, here and there, because the thing about it is, it has become a part of our life where unconsciously you're picking up the phone, going on Instagram without realizing, and be like, you feel like it's a remote that's controlling you to go on Instagram. Yeah. So during the day, I'll check here and there mainly, because we have notifications. So if a notification comes in, then I'll look, and having the AirPods in most times, Siri would read the notifications, and then I know, and I'll go check. But outside of that, like in the evening on my downtime, when I just really want to, consume, some social media, then I'll go and scroll and, look for interesting stuff, and at the same time comment and do all of that stuff. So within that day, there are sections in the day that I take break. It's not like I tell myself that, okay, I need to take a break. It's just like it's automatic, where once I'm not doing something specific on social media, I just
because I
turn
feel
it
like
off.
if for someone who struggles like with like mental, like social media and their mental state, I think like a routine, an hour every day, I'm gonna
Right.
take I think that can be a little bit much, because that's another task they're gonna put on top of what they need. You know what I mean? Their struggle.
The task of putting the phone down.
Like, okay, so every day at 3 o'clock, I have to remember at 3 o'clock I have to put
No,
the phone
that's
down.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It can become very tasky.
Right. It don't have to
So-
be like on the dot type of
Yeah.
thing. It's like, okay, then, because you have other stuff you do throughout the day. If you have a 9 to 5, you work 9 to 5.
Yeah.
If you're a creative, you have a to-do list,
Yeah.
which I hope we all do. Have a to-do list with all the stuff you have to do. And for me, like when I'm working on the magazine, if I'm on the computer working, I put the phone down. Because even like doing design and layout for the magazine, you have to be focused so you don't make mistakes. And like little things can throw you off. Like I might be editing something
Yeah.
and then I read a message that sends my mind somewhere else that I have to focus. Now my focus is now switch from what I'm doing to that, and then you have to switch it back. So normally once I'm working, I put the phone down.
Yeah.
And interestingly, I have to tell myself that, hey, listen, I'm not gonna pick up the phone. So I would give myself, say, like a 2 hour span of just working and not
Yeah.
touching the phone.
So I've taken a social media break before in 2017.
Okay.
So 2017
What pushed that?
I have JSB Cosmetics, my business, and I just felt like I just wanted to just be done with it because
It was overwhelming.
it was a lot, because having a business is hard work, and if you're not mentally prepared for that hard work, you really shouldn't start. So I've been on and off, on and off, on and off with my business, and like I felt like it wasn't growing. So I just wanted to just call it a day.
Call the
So
business a day?
yeah, just call it a day. And it's like being on social media, seeing everybody else's business doing so well, and it was just very stressful. And on top of that, I was buying a house. So I said, you know what? I'm stressed out with this whole thing. I'm just gonna take a break, take my business off social media, refocus, and come back better. And so my focus was now focusing on my house. So I wasn't posting anything from like the January all the way till I closed on my house in July. And okay, let me not say social media break. Instagram. I took a Instagram break.
But you were still on like
But I,
Facebook
I
and
was on
stuff.
Facebook. I wasn't posting. I was just
Yeah, because I feel
I
like
use Facebook
I
to
feel like
interact with my
Instagram
family.
is more the really big one where it really
it
affects
triggers
people.
you. So let me tell you. So I was still on Facebook. I wasn't posting. I was just interacting with people. Like if someone sent me a message, I would respond to the message. If someone, post something interesting, I would just comment, but I wouldn't post anything.
Right.
And I must say, it felt really good when I came back on Instagram now and started posting on Facebook. I posted, I'm happy, I'm excited, I bought a house, and because remember, I had lost my apartment in a fire prior to that. So that whole thing, I was just,
That's a lot to deal
yes,
with
I
at
lost,
once.
and that's another thing why I took out my business off Instagram because I lost all my inventory,
Yeah.
every single thing. So I'm like, you know what? This is a sign that I need to just take a break.
Take a
So
break.
that's why I took a break, but it felt good.
Yeah.
I came back. I refocused. I thought about everything that I needed to do. I came back and slowly started, working on my business in the back end. And then here I am. I have a store, and
Amazing,
things are doing
amazing.
good. But I'm telling you, social media triggers every single insecurities you have.
And that's a tough part because it's like you're telling people to take a break, but here is an important part that I just thought about. When you tell them to take a break, is it that when you put the phone down, your mind shuts off as well? Because is it really, and this is going to be like a question that I got from this. Are you really taking a break if you close Instagram, put the phone down, but in your mind, you're still thinking about what's going on Instagram? Should I, am I missing anything?
The first,
Should I be posting? So is it a break? Is
No,
it like
so
a
let me
healthy
tell
break when
you.
you put it down but still thinking about it?
The first week is tough. The first, because for me, the first week I didn't I didn't go on Instagram. It was hard. Like, damn, I want to go on Instagram. I want to see what everyone's doing, and I keep telling myself, no, you just really need to take a break. I deleted the app.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that one.
So I deleted the app. So I couldn't go on it.
Right.
I deleted the app.
You kind of force yourself not to.
Force myself, but it was tough. And then again, I had nothing to post, so it didn't even bother me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, I'll admit though,
But
that's probably one thing that I would say affects me. Where in which, because like now I try to post a lot more, but before like 5-6 days will pass
and you don't
and I don't post anything. And then people posting every day, and I'm like, am I like damaging my business or my presence by not
You
posting,
are.
because if everybody is posting and I'm not,
You
and
get
nobody's seeing
lost in the
anything
sauce.
from me, and to me that's where I feel a bit of the social media pressure, where as you mentioned, validation for me is not really valid, but it's more so keeping up, you know because with business, people, especially on social media, people have a short attention
Yeah,
span.
you
So
have to be
if they don't
consistent.
see you, if they don't see any content from you in like 2 days, it's just interesting, because if they don't see nothing from you in like 2-3 days, they assume, okay, then there's nothing going on.
Yes,
Let me go to
yeah,
something
out of sight,
that's
out of
active.
yeah, out of sight,
Out of
out of
mind.
mind. Because the thing is, with me, there are days I'll go a week sometimes without posting anything on my business page, which is bad.
Mm-hmm.
You should always, even if you post the same thing, just keep posting every day. And that's the thing about social media. Consistency is key to growing your business, but it's still hard.
Which is another pressure, because
'Cause you have to
which
be
I've heard
consistent,
from
yeah.
influencers and other people,
You don't
is
always have content,
right. And as creatives, we can admit not all the time the creative juices are flowing. Like for me, especially the calligraphy side, is I could write every day. I could write every day, but there are times when I have the pen in my hand and the paper in front of me,
and nothing.
I don't know what to write. Nothing is coming to me, and I could write anything. I could
So
write,
write it. I
hello,
don't know. Yeah.
how are you? But
No,
but
I don't know what to write.
But from a content standpoint, you're consistently thinking about, because they've created it in a way where you have to be interesting to be attractive, in a sense where if it's not interesting, people won't be attracted to it,
Yeah.
or react
So I've
to it.
learned to be interested and not interesting. Am I making sense? Like, people should be interested in you instead of you trying to be interested in everything else that's going on.
No, no.
Focus on
What I mean is interesting in the fact that, will people respond or react to your content? So, for example, if I go back to the whole writing thing, if I just write hello, or if I write focus on self growth, right? Probably the hello is, people just say hello, they'll be like, there's nothing cool.
Whenever you feel
but then if I write focus on your self growth, then that will now connect with people and be like, that's a good thought. Then they'll hit like, then they'll hit comment. Or somebody like, I needed this today. This is what I needed to hear today. They hit like, they hit comment, they share. Or somebody like, wow, I would love to hear this every day. They hit like, comment, save.
If you're blank, just put I don't know what to write, or put my mind is blank.
But
hello,
how much
think.
response?
You may be surprised, because there's a lot of people who are just blank.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
But I'm going back in our head.
True.
Like in our head, we're like, and I think that's a struggle a lot of creatives face every day, when they doubt themselves. They're like, I don't think this is interesting enough.
And that's why I feel like people mostly just go for the obvious things that work, acting a fool. Because you can never go wrong acting a fool on social media.
You can never go wrong, but not all of us are
But
good
not
at acting a
everyone's
fool.
comfortable acting a fool.
Or even can act a fool funnily.
No, you can act a fool, but you're just
are
going to be
people gonna find it funny?
so caught up with the whole, do I look good acting a fool? Like, you know.
Who do you share your insecurities with?
Okay, so I strongly recommend having someone you can trust, someone without judgment. You know what I mean?
And not to cut you, when I say insecurities, just so that people get the correct perspective of the question. Insecurities meaning now you're being affected mentally by social media. So, cause the next step for me, which is a good step, is to talk to somebody about how you feel, so that you don't reach to that extreme where now it's
Yeah,
mentally seriously
because
affecting you.
insecurity don't always mean a physical
Right. Right.
thing
Okay,
on
good.
you. It can also be like, man, I'm insecure that my life isn't as glamorous as
All
somebody
right. So
else.
so good. So good. So carry
So
on.
I feel like you should have someone you can trust, like you could talk to without no judgment. For example, like I could talk to you and never feel judged.
Right.
I could talk to Mel and never feel judged. You know what I mean? And therapy. If you don't have that person in your life, seek therapy.
Right.
I really feel like therapy helps. I've never been to one myself, but I really hear a lot of good stuff with other people that went to therapy, and I see the changes and the difference and stuff. So you should definitely seek therapy or speak to someone, and don't be afraid to be vulnerable.
Right.
Talking to someone
Yeah.
that you
Once it's
trust.
somebody you trust, yeah.
Yeah, being vulnerable is a good thing. It's not always a bad thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why it's important to trust the person you're talking to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I won't have much to say on that
Yeah.
because it's basically I'm along the same line with you. You know, finding somebody you trust and stuff. But I have more of a question in my head, where in which do you? I'll ask a question and and I'll respond
Yeah.
at the same time as my response.
Yeah.
Do you talk to other people on social media about your insecurities or what you're being affected on social
I
media by?
don't think so. Unless you've developed that type of
Because they
relationship.
always say like people who are good. I don't even know
No, but
I know what I'm trying to say, but the
you
phrase
do
like
have
like
groups, though.
like if you have like people going through the same thing,
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
good
You
to-
do have communities on social media, Instagram, Facebook, especially Facebook. You do have communities where people who are going through similar things, they'll voice their problems and
Right.
stuff like that. And then people that are in the same community can give you like, try this, try
Right,
this,
right.
try
That's
that.
good.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. Sometimes social media has its perks in that area where you
Right.
have a community.
All right. So
Yeah.
all right. So I guess I'll just
Yeah.
throw them as questions then. So if there's somebody that you see they're living a life that you want,
Yeah.
you envy, or they make you feel like you're not doing much, or their reality is great, your reality isn't. Do you approach that person and share the fact that, hey, guess what? But then would it be honesty though? Because if you're gonna say, okay, I see you're living a great life. I like what you're doing. Your business is successful.
Yeah.
I see that you're visiting amazing, beautiful places, right? But on the flip side, I feel kind of insecure because my life isn't great as yours, and I feel like I want that as well,
Yeah.
but I don't have it. Can you give me any pointers or opinion on how I can get my life there? Do you think that's a good thing to do?
I mean, it's tricky. So my take on that is, yes, there are people on social media that I don't get jealous of their life, but I'm like, I would like to be where they are someday at some point in
But
my
I'm
life.
speaking just so that we keep on the track, because we're talking about I'm being affected by it mentally.
Okay. So
Right.
all right. So let me take myself out of it then.
Right.
So, for example, you have this lady, on social media. I admire her. A lot of people don't, but I do admire her. Her name is Coach Stormy. I'm sure you heard about her with the
Yeah.
YouTubers, right? A lot of people talk bad about her because the way she talks about her achievements is very flashy. And it can make some people feel very insecure, right? Because you have people who want to live that lifestyle.
Right.
My take on that is, instead of, feeling so insecure about the way she is living, she offers like classes and stuff. So that's another way you can be in her presence and
Right.
get information from her and say,
Good point.
ask her the questions that you want to ask, like, how did you achieve this? What are the best ways I can achieve this? So people like Coach Stormy, they do offer seminars and stuff like that. So you can attend their seminar, you could attend places they've been to, and they can tell you
But
how
I think
to
the
achieve
tricky
those
thing with
lives.
that I think is affecting a lot of people is people have a hard time differentiating the person really helping you or it's a business pitch, because some people don't take part in it or even grab onto it because they have to pay. It's money. So then there is like a conflict in their head. Like, I really want to get this information. I want to get this experience, but I don't want to pay. Or is this just
no? But that's
another
true.
business?
But listen to this. This is the interesting part.
Okay.
Even if a person like Coach Stormy or a person like Grant Cardone offers a free class to you, doing the same thing.
If it's free class,
no. Listen. Let me see. Even if they offer it free to you, whether you pay or you don't pay, what they're teaching you, whether it's a scam or not, right? They're teaching you something.
I'm not saying
no. Some people think
about
it's a
scam.
scam.
I'm just saying that some people hesitate to do it because
a lot of people think
it's just a business thing.
But I'm not going to offer my time and knowledge for free.
Right.
That's how you got to look at it, right? But this is my thing. Whether it's free or paid, it's not what they say to you. It's how you apply what they're saying to you. Because they could give you the same topic for free and you do nothing and you still nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you answered it correctly.
Yeah.
That's
so it's about how you apply what they're saying.
Hear.
Because Bill Gates can come to you right now and say, this is how you get rich for free, and you do nothing. But then he comes to you and you pay him for that same knowledge and you apply it. So it's all about how you apply the knowledge that's been taught to you.
And on the flip side to the whole pay thing, some people, because they pay, they kind of force themselves to really apply and really get the information because money is coming out of their pocket.
And you have to think about it, guys. Seriously, like if someone has gained like a wealth of experience throughout life, and you really should not expect that person to give you their time for absolute free. At the end of the day, it's a business. Yeah. Their time is there. Their time is there.
And I think that goes back to the whole thing where people feel like it is free. It is free to give a like. It is free to comment. It is free to share. It is free to save. But people don't because they just my own mind thinking like they feel like there is some monetary attachment to it because, for example, say if you get 1,000 likes on a picture, Instagram gives you $10.
Yeah.
And you're at 9,000.
You're at 999.
999 likes. They feel the next person who saw it, they feel like they have the power to, hey, listen, I'm not getting none of that money, or I'm not going to give you that one like because you're going to get the money.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's how it works, but to me, thinking about it a lot of times, I feel like that is sometimes some of the thoughts going into it, because then if that's not it, then it's very interesting where people will refuse to like or comment. Yeah. The thing about following, though, that's another thing. I don't have a problem liking or commenting on a person's page. I don't have a problem with that. The whole following thing now, I think, is kind of different in the sense where I won't just follow somebody just to get them a follow. Right? So, using the same example, if you have 9,999 followers and you need one more to meet 10K to now get the other benefits that Instagram give. If I see your page and it doesn't bring value to me, or I'm not interested in what you're posting or selling,
you won't follow.
I won't follow. Not because I have anything against you or it's just that people, your timeline is like say if you go live in a neighborhood, you're gonna live in a neighborhood where there are people that draw you there, probably interested in the same thing or whatever. It's the same thing with when you build your followers list. You follow people because of interest.
And that's another thing too about the whole social media mental health thing. Like people think, oh my God, I don't have 1,000 followers. I don't have 1,000 followers, guys. If you want to follow me, please do. But the following is another thing. So people go and buy those following just to get that validation. Because I'm not buying followers, but
for me, more than the validation is the fact that
you get those benefits.
Instagram kind of set you up that way in a sense where.
But let me ask you though, when you buy 10,000 followers and you're posting your content, because in order to get paid on Instagram, you has to reach certain amount
So
of
so
people.
so
You won't get paid
so
if,
so
if
so,
all
so
those
that's
followers
kind
are
of that's kind of the two-edged sword of
of
it,
what?
where it's always going to be in Instagram's favor because yes, they give you those benefits over over 10,000 followers, but with now with reels, as I was explaining to you off air, with reels where now you get bonuses where when you get bonus plays, they pay you for it.
Yeah.
In that sense, if you buy the followers and get over the 10,000 and you get those privileges, if those aren't real followers and you post
You
the content and get no
it's like so
interaction,
pointless.
you don't get no money because you didn't generate, the views and stuff. So it's
And-
like, that's why I say it's kind of
And
a
then you have
two-edged sword in
10,000
that sense.
followers and have 5 likes. It makes no sense.
Yeah, but I mean,
Because there's no way you're going to have 10,000 followers and out of the 10,000 are just 5 people.
at the end of the day, I think it really boils down to what is important to that user.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
specific
some
user.
people it's
so
just the
so some
following.
people are more intrigued and interested in having the 10,000 followers,
Yes.
but don't care about how much likes they
Likes,
get
okay.
because the 10,000 followers make them look bigger, make them
Okay.
look professional,
Yeah.
but and Instagram kind of help them out in the sense where, or help us out in the sense where you can now hide the amount of likes you get. So if you have 10,000 followers, nobody knows.
Yeah.
If you hide the likes, nobody knows that you only get 1 like or 10,000 likes.
And another thing I want to talk about real quick before we get to our final topic is, guys, when you support people and their businesses on Instagram, okay, and you see them living their best lives, they're not showing off on you. They're just really proud of where they've come from to where they are now. A lot of time it's just pride. It's not showing off. Because a lot of people think a lot of people are flaunting or showing off.
But in the same breath,
Some people are, but
yeah, but in the same breath, I feel like people, we always use the term that we live in a free country.
Yeah.
I feel like people are free to express themselves
Yes.
whichever way they want to. But I mean, I think it's a tricky thing because at the same time, if you realize that
reason why I
it
say
is
that-
negatively affecting people,
Yeah.
then it's up to your own discretion to say, okay, then all right.
I'm gonna unfollow that person. But the reason why I say that is going back to where you say, people think because if they like you or follow something or support you, if they don't support you, they're not gonna add to what you're making or whatever. You know what I mean? Listen, we all support big brands
Right.
that does shitty things. You can support a small business. It does help. It does make their family life better, and they can help in turn turn around and help the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's to me, at the end of the day, it's just
It
do what makes you happy
true.
and feel right. Because the thing about it is, I've had instances where people have forced me to follow them or follow a specific page, where in which,
Really?
yeah, I've had situation where people even get mad or upset that,
Wow.
I don't follow. I don't follow the page. I've supported it. I comment. I like, but because I don't hit the follow, they'll be like, "Oh, you don't support me." I'm like, at the end of the day, I support. But if I don't, because at the end of the day, that Instagram page you have, yes, it's a public space, but at the same time, it's your personal piece of the whole pie. That's the only part of how much billions of users on Instagram, that one little piece of, that's the only part you have control over.
Yeah.
You don't have control over anything else.
Yeah.
So if you decide that, hey, listen, this person or this account don't bring value to me, or because the next thing about it is, a lot of the mental stress part of it is, as we've mentioned, is people seeing things that negatively, as you say, if you're home drinking ramen noodles and have no money to buy, a good food, and then you see somebody you follow in Greece in the pool with this huge tray with food, it's gonna affect you. Because a lot of these
It
things
can only affect you if your mental
So I'm saying a lot because, as I mentioned, you're sitting at home,
Yeah.
stressed out, don't have no money, drinking the noodles.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times when you go in stress, it's like a lot of these things are like reflex action.
Yes.
So you don't sit there and say, hey, listen, if I see one more food, I'm gonna get mad. It's not that you tell yourself, but it's like your eye, the eye mind coordination where
Yeah.
you see it and then right away just trigger.
Just trigger you, yeah. It just
Hence-
reminds you that your life is like,
Hence, that's why I bring it back to the follow thing, where in which this is the part that you have control. So it's a two-headed thing, in the sense where you can either put out. Oh shit, sorry.
I was giving me the finger for what deal.
No,
Excuse
I have to
you.
take down one. No, but you can. All right, let me do it the other way. You can either shut down Instagram, meaning put it away, take a break, or either don't follow or unfollow pages that mentally
And negatively affect you.
negatively affect you.
That's true.
Those are like the two solutions, I would say.
So, what are some good self-care things we could do to help with our mental state in social media? What are like some good things? Because for me, I believe in daily affirmations.
Yeah. All right. So I'll give based on what I do, and other things I'll suggest. So what I do with the affirmation thing, I do calligraphy. So I write down stuff, and I think journaling is very good. So a lot of times we can easily handle things if we see it in writing. It's an interesting thing. Like, people tell you something, but then it hits you differently when you see it in writing.
Yeah.
So things that are bothering you, affecting you, write it down. You look at it, you can easily, separate those things. So journaling is good. I do calligraphy, I write affirmations. I take walks. So if I'm having a stressful day, which can be another break, where I'll put down the phone, go take a walk, taking some fresh air, taking nature and stuff, that helps. I do gardening, which probably not everybody will be able to do, but that helps me. So my answer also would be, find things that you like.
Yeah.
Find things that you like. For some people, if you like pampering and all stuff, you can book a spa day here and there. Friends, have friends that you can talk to. Just bounce stuff off people, let out, vent, whatever. Meditate.
I strongly believe.
For some people, yoga. For me, fitness, the gym is, even though you're working out and it puts it, to me, that's
It takes your
self-care.
mind off things.
Right, because when I'm in the gym, for that moment when I have the headphones on and working out, I'm not thinking about anything else outside of the workout.
Yeah.
And that really helps.
Yeah.
And do what you like. If you like traveling, travel. If you like food, eat, but try to eat healthy. I'm not telling you to go overeat or whatever. Like, for me, I love cheesecake. Everybody knows
Ugh.
I love cheesecake. I don't know if
Snicker
people would
bar
consider
cheesecake.
this self-care,
Snicker bar cheesecake.
but it is self-care for me, in the sense where when I want a picker-upper, I get a nice slice of cheesecake
Hey, my slice today.
or ice cream. I'll think about that. And just get something that you like. Get a nice dessert,
Yeah.
and do that. Just connect with yourself.
Yeah.
Do the things that you like.
So for me, and this doesn't sound crazy, so I talk to myself.
I do that, so you're not crazy.
Okay. I sit down sometimes and I have a full blown conversation with myself, like, Jay, what are some of the things that you would like to fix about yourself? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I will talk to myself. And last year I was really in a down mood. And what I did was, every day I went on my phone and I created some affirmations and I posted it. And it helped me posting those daily affirmations. And it helped me and it helped a few people, because I got some messages. I like to watch cartoons.
Okay.
When I'm
That's good.
stressed,
That's a
SpongeBob
good
it
one.
is. SpongeBob makes me
I
happy.
wasn't thinking SpongeBob, but yeah.
SpongeBob makes me very happy when I'm stressed. I watch SpongeBob.
Okay.
I like to walk as well. And a lot of people can't do this one. I go to Home Goods even if I don't have money. And I just
That
look,
used to be me and Michael's.
I look at stuff and it makes me happy. Some people can't do that because if they don't have stuff, they get more stressed.
Right.
So if that's you, don't do this. But me, I look at stuff guys. I love to do home decors and stuff like that. And I love to rearrange my house. When I'm stressed, I clean.
Right.
I don't go to the spas and stuff like that, but I like to doll up myself every now and then, take pictures. I won't post it because that's for me.
Right. Right.
My self-care. And what I started doing the other day real quick, I look at myself, you're so sexy, you're so beautiful.
Compliment yourself.
I compliment myself. I'm more softer on myself.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. I think those are really great points.
Yeah.
And I know it is a very tough subject and a very broad subject at the same time. But I hope we provided or shed enough light on social media mental health, and I hope that we provided information that can help others who are having this issue, and for those who don't have this issue, help people who are. When people are going through tough things,
just be soft.
It's humane and good to help them. Because a lot of times if you're in a great state and the person isn't, you're in a good position to help them. So,
and if you're in a funk, guys, if you are having issues, mentally, and social media is really stressing you out, there's so many outlets and there's a lot of help out there for you. So don't just sit home and be depressed. There's help out there. If you want to reach out to any one of us on social media, we could help you. We could even give you some information about mental health and how to go from there, because we're no judgments here.
Yeah, and what I'll do is I'll research, any professional helplines or information that are there, and I'll add it to the end of the video so that, or in the comments, in the description, I'll add information, just to help. So again, thank you guys for sitting with us,
another
listening to us
episode
today.
And this episode was sponsored by JSP Cosmetics and Elements Media.
Yep.
Thank you guys. I can't wait to chat with you again.
Yeah, this was a very tough one.
Good. Yeah.
But we did it. We did our thing.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Peace. Okay.